All right, here we go. Today was one of those days where I just absolutely did not feel like doing anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did not feel like filming a video. I was headed back here and I was just like, making a video is the last thing on my mind right now. But here I am making a video anyway because I am damn determined to be done with this project. And the only way I'm going to be done with it is if I keep up with my upload schedule and I just barrel through it like a bat out of hell. I've already given up on the concept or idea of really getting some major footing out of all of this. So I think if I were to just pump out videos at this point, I don't think anyone would be all that upset about it because I'm pretty much just making them for myself. And if I'm okay with it, then I'm okay with it. And that's the way that it's got to be. Definitely think moving forward, if I keep these up, I'll only do them in the morning. I won't do them in the on the way home, because these videos on the way home just tend to be exceptionally bad in that I've just been working all day and I have really no idea or motivation to to make a video like this. The only thing that's on my mind is work, and I can't talk about work in excess on this platform. And so as a result, I just talk about stuff until my brain kind of aligns. And my brain doesn't typically align until I hit the highway. And here today I'm running into 5 o'clock traffic, so I've got 5 o'clock traffic breathing down my neck. And I'm just exhausted beyond belief, and hopefully I can bounce back from this, and hopefully I made some changes today that will hopefully affect how everything goes. But right now I feel kind of garbage, and I'm just ready to not feel kind of garbage anymore. I don't know what to say, don't know what to do, just trying to make it, hoping that on the side of Compression Man advertising something shakes there. I haven't gotten any comments lately. It's weird. It's like whenever the ads start running, I get comments, and then about after a couple days they just stop. Notice that the impressions have tapered off as well, and it's like, have you guys just lost interest in pushing my impressions? And as such, have I lost my ability to effectively advertise? Oh, I keep going back and forth about what I'm going to do about this whole ID verification thing and whether or not I will or won't go through with it. I really wish that I could just not, but I feel like it would be a waste to say that be a waste to just not do it because of that. But then I'd be forever mad at myself if Compression Man never actually went anywhere and I just never got anything for it. And I watched this guy on YouTube, the local screenwriter, and he talks about how the value of one's work is not measured by anything other than the amount of people who enjoy it. And as a creator, that is a really crappy thing to say and have to admit to, but there is kind of a point to that. We as a society gauge the quality of art based upon the amount of money that you've earned from it, because money is what makes the world go round, and earning money from art is not an easy feat, as I am presently experiencing, and as any failed attempted artist have experienced. It's not easy to make money on your art. That's why there's so few people who do it. And people say that social media has opened a door to make better money, more money than you ever have before. But I think the reality of things is that it's not actually done that. It has, if anything, excuse me while I yawn in your face. If it has done anything, it has been to make it more difficult. Or there's more competition. I don't know that it's more difficult. It's easier to reach people than it ever has been before. But there's also more competition. And people's time is more valuable now than it's ever been before as well. So it's a whole thing. But at any rate, I think that it's just kind of what we have to do. And you have to strive in the modern market. You can't look at the past and be like, oh, but it was so much easier back then. Because it probably wasn't. I would go to wonder if it was just as hard then as it is now. The difficulties you have now are different from the difficulties you had then, but it's still neither of them are particularly easy or particularly hard. So that's really all they've got going for them, is trying to make the best or the worst of your situation and not give up and hope that it doesn't take till you're 70 to finally reap the rewards of the work that you're putting out. But I'm hitting it harder now than I ever have before. I'm not feeling any major successes or ramifications from it. It's just kind of every view that I get is based upon the advertisements that I have put out. And I wonder about signing up for like a class, like these people who do professional YouTube help. I've always been like, oh, what a waste of money. But maybe it's not so much of a waste if I'm going to take this seriously. At least hear what they have to say. See if they have something fruitful to say, if they have something meaningful. We always, as creatives, desire to have other people verify our work and the quality thereof. So I think what it is I want to go to one of these channels and have them be like, oh, well, your content is great. You're just doing this one silly thing that is holding you back. And if you flip this switch, then you'll get what you need. And that's really what I strive and hope for, above all else. And so, we'll see what the future holds. I've got this local marketing going. I don't think it's going to really do anything for me. I'm just going to probably accept the fact right here and now that it's just going to be what it is, what it's always been. And I'm just going to accept that. But I can't say that I didn't try. Like, I put myself out there locally, I put myself out there online, I put myself out there in every which way I can imagine. And we're just not clicking. It is just not working. And it's unfortunate. I've got a couple of people who are interested in the content, enjoy it, and have nice things to say, but that's kind of where it stops. And I would hope that I could build a better, bigger, better, badder brand from here, but I don't honestly know. There's no way to know what the future holds. And they kind of carrot you along by giving you the mentality of, oh, you could always be just one video away, and that's what keeps people on there and creating and stuff. And I wonder if we'll at some point in time reach a point where like the servers that YouTube uses are just way stupidly overbogged, and they'll like require people to like take videos down if they're not performing well. I can't foresee that not being a future. Like, I am occupying 365 videos on YouTube right now, and none of them, and I mean none of them, have performed well at all. And like define performed well. Like one of them almost got 1,000 views, which is huge for me, but pathetic in the grand scheme of YouTube. I barely paid for a day's worth of advertising and got 1,000 views. Like, that's how easy it is for YouTube to get someone 1,000 views. And then of course there's the overall issue of the retention. Like, if people aren't retaining your content, if people aren't watching it for very long, then YouTube's not going to promote it. And that's what gets me, is they're promoting my videos to what should be an ideal audience, but it is just getting largely ignored. People don't even make it past the 30-second intro. And I'm like, how is that such a thing? Like, what am I missing here? Or did I kill my video watch time so much with the original video that I have just completely obliterated my watch time, and like now they're just like, this channel is garbage, no one watches this crap when it comes out, and am I just doomed to be that channel now? And it's like, at what point in time do you stop? And I just started this channel. It's a brand new channel. It's not like it's some channel that existed prior to me taking Compression Man more seriously. I just got back into it. I just built it, and I was really getting excited about all the stuff that it had to offer me. But it just wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go, and it wasn't going to go the way that I wanted it to go. And this person is, I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're impatient apparently. They were riding my tail earlier. Now they're just like, well, I'm stuck. And now I'm gonna get, they went and they sped up real fast so that they could pass me. And now they're gonna get stuck over here. And tee-hee, that's what you get for being a jerk face. He's gonna cut right back in front of me. Lol. That's funny. People are funny. This person went and drove all insane to get ahead of me, and then they realized why I hadn't gotten over yet was because the person in front of me was getting over, or was going slow. And so I was like, okay, well, as soon as I get next to someone who isn't slow, I'll move over. But that person very quickly learned that I wasn't moving over because there wasn't no one slow to get behind. And I think I might stay behind this truck. I think I'm satisfied with the speed in which he's driving. I don't want to drive super fast any longer than I have to. I'll let this white Chevy over because they're in a rush to get where they're going apparently. And oh, life is a funny little fortune cookie. There's no way to know really where it's headed. And I don't certainly have any idea where it's headed, where it's going, or anything like that. Oh, my eye itches. But hopefully my life is headed and going in a good enough direction that I can win. Winning is all I want. It's a difficult journey. And I always say this, one must define what living or what winning is to them before they can actually win. There's so many different paths we can all take on our journey of life. There's so many different ways to win or lose at this game of life that you must first understand what winning means to you before you can actually sit down and devote yourself to winning. And for me, like, I want to create something creative that will live past me, that will be bigger than me. More so, I want to have an audience of people who gravitate towards and enjoy my creative content, and that means the world to me. I look at all these crummy YouTubers who are questionable people, and I'm like, if I only had the audience that you did, I would treat them so much better. I think about Daniel Green, who's like one of my least favorite people on the planet. I don't even know the guy all that well. I barely even watched his channel. I don't know. He just rubbed me the wrong way. And then he released a book, because he's a booktuber. He's a big-time booktuber. And he released a book, and he sold all these copies solely because of the fact that he was a name on BookTube, and not at all because his book had any sort of content to it. And the thing of it was, he openly said he released a series of novellas, which novellas are basically like short novels. He released them at full novel price because he knew people would line up to buy it. And then he's like, yeah, I'm going to release 3 novellas as like a series. And it's like, in reality, you could have just written one actual book and sold that as your one book. But instead, you've written 3 novellas. You're going to sell them for the price of a full book. And your crazy audience that's madly in love with you will eat it up. And it felt kind of good because his book kind of blew up in his face, and like a lot of people were calling it out for being pretty much garbage. And everyone's first book is garbage. Like, that's the reality of writing things. And as someone who's written his fair share of books and finally found what I think is my comfortable place in writing, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that my first book was significantly worse than my second or my third or my fourth or my fifth, or now working on my 6th. I have a hard time motivating myself to work on the 3rd Healers novel. I continue to just struggle mightily through it, and I don't know why. It just does not interest me, I guess. It doesn't get my creative juices flowing, and I can literally think of like anything else to do other than write that book. And what winds up happening is I end up writing any other book instead of that book because I just don't like that book. And it's very hard for me to not get into the weeds of just writing rubbish at this point, because he said this, she said that, he did this, she did that, and I'm just like, it's just absolute garbanzo beans at this point. And I wish more than anything that I could remotivate myself, because this was going to be the biggest book of the franchise. It was a 4-book series that I had planned, and book 3 was where it really got good. And instead, I'm just like, this isn't good. This is confusing. It's garbage. You get the point. And I just don't know what to do to get myself over that hump. And like, I have a couple of good chapters in there that I have read through and enjoyed, and I enjoyed writing them. And it's like I'm just grinding my gears to get me from good chapter to good chapter to good chapter. And I'm afraid last time I did a healer's book, I sent it on to my editor and I was like, I don't like this, and I want you to help me turn it into something that I like. And I might very well do the same thing with Healers 3 and just be like, I hate this. Please help me turn it into something that does not suck. And maybe I can turn it around on my own without having to go the editor route, because this is going to be a big chunk of book too. That's the other thing that I'm not excited about, is just how big this book is going to be. I really need to get a cover design down for the next book, and that'll be fun to do. And so I should ask if this person I know has this thing that I want, and see if they do or don't. But oh, here we go. We're almost home. I didn't think I was going to make it today. I thought I was just going to fall on the floor and just lay there forever. Just like, I'm done. No more me. I have a salad. I need to have a salad today. This homemade lemonade truck is sitting out, giving out lemonade. And, like, honestly, I don't like that lemonade. Like, I don't know why everybody oohs and ahs over this lemonade. It's like they make lemonade of different colors, but, like, it's water with a splash of lemonade and a whole lot of sugar. And I'm like, this is not lemonade. This is, like, watery sugar water with a hint of something sour to dilute the watery sugarness. And, everybody in town just goes crazy over it. I'm like, I don't get the craze. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, one of these days I'll go back to this ice cream parlor. I used to go there every Friday, and I just haven't been in the mood. But one of these days I'll get back to it. It's kind of a lonely hobby when you're just an individual going to an ice cream parlor. But, I like to support local business. I've also had a lot of dairy this week, and I am lactose intolerant technically, so I don't want any dairy. And I've honestly they had me be a part of this meeting that I've mostly removed myself from, and I knew this person was going to go out of turn, because the person that went in such a way that they were in my way but not in their way. So I was like, this person's going to go out of turn. And they did. Jerks. We live with a bunch of jerks on our roads. But I am not one of them. I was yesterday, but I wasn't today. Anyway, I thank you all for stopping by and giving me a watch. I thank you all for supporting anything that I do. Really does mean the world to me, and know that you are helping me to accomplish that thing that makes my life feel worth living. So, thank you, and I'll see you next time.